Okay, welcome everybody back to Vogeltown Park for this CMK Taranaki Premier Rugby Round 7 match. Home team here, Old Boys at Vogeltown Park playing Tukapa here today in the last game in the first round. And it's going to be a beauty. Old Boys on top of the table at the moment on 28 points, clear of second place by 3 points of Stratford Eltham. Sorry, I'll spit that out a bit better. And Tukapa back in fourth place on 16 points. So Tukapa will be looking to get out and really take it to Old Boys today in what will be a fantastic last of the round 7 game in round 1. Just before we go through the teams, I'll just talk to you about the games that we have had here at Vogeltown Park earlier on. So Pepper Construction Colts in first equal place with Tukapa on 19 points each on the table before today, have run out 33-19 winners against Tukapa, so well done Pepper Construction, Old Boys Colts. Elsco Division 1, third place on the table on 21 points, playing fifth place Tukapa today, who are sitting there on 15 points. Elsco Division 1 running out winners 45-7, so 2 wins today to the Old Boys team. And as Old Boys make it onto the field, and it's Cody Ray with his children out here playing his 100th game for Old Boys today, and Adam Smith his 50th. So well done, Cody Ray. Fantastic stuff. So I'll run through the Old Boys team for you first. We've got Donald Brickhouse, the loose head prop, Mitch O'Neill in at hooker, Ruben O'Neill, tight head prop, Jackson Morgan and Callum Botcher are the locks, Rowan Slater and Michael Loft are 6 and 7 respectively, and Josh Dowsing packing down at number 8. Sean Waite is the halfback here today. Brayton Northcott Hill moves into first 5. We've got Daniel Waite at second 5, Josh Thompson centre. On the wings today we have that man, the former New Zealand Māori and New Zealand under-20 rep, playing his 100th game for Old Boys, Cody Ray. Have a great game, Cody. And on the other wing we have Mason Millen, who's been in outstanding form this season, with Adam Smith, the 50th cap for him today, in at fullback. Quickly through the bench we have Perry Lawrence, Toby Burkett, Brent Tucker, Finn Hahn, Brodie Lilly, Jack Parker and Zach McDonald wearing jersey number 22. As we run through the Tukapa team now for today, we have loose head prop Thomas Edwards, Liam Burnett in at hooker, Christopher Jolins tight head prop, Josh Keach and Joshua Hopkins, Christopher Jolins and Josh Keach are the locks. We have Josh Hopkins and Nathaniel Peters, 6 and 7, and packing in at number 8, Marenga Lapu. A halfback today for Tukapa is Campbell Woodmass, with Mason Porteous in at first 5. Max Beetham, second 5, Luke Taplin at centre, and the wings today, Lagan Kumaroa and Regan Arson are the wings for Tukapa, with Brad Koeman in at fullback. We have their reserve bench here, Luke Dravitsky 16, Brendan Dent 17, Michael Neeson 18, Patrick Syme 19, Rory Ward 20, Ethan Lobb 21 and Josh Hardy wearing jersey 22. So we're just about to get underway here at Vogeltown Park, and my co-commentator Ash Smith is making his way to the commentary box, so looking forward to seeing Ash here and getting underway. Just a moment before we kick off, just talking about the matchday sponsor here today. We have Craig Investment Partners, led by Fraser Brown and his team up there, including Phil Armstrong, a great supporter of the club, are the matchday sponsors, so looking forward to catching up with those gentlemen after the game. And while we're talking about sponsors, obviously the BCD Group, our main sponsor for Old Boys, along with Pack and Save, New Plymouth, Elsco, Pepper Construction and looking at the commentary box that we're in today, kindly donated to us from Cunningham Construction Limited, with Canvas, Dobson and Sons. I'll talk a little bit more about them in a minute as the ball's kicked off deep into the Old Boys half, and
I have to say, for Old Boys being extremely generous there, nobody bothered to catch the ball, so they go back to Tukapa.
Yeah.
Right on the 22, quite amazing really. They kind of lost the ball in the sun. It was just a bad call.
Yeah, it's the sun's sort of running sort of west to north to south really, so it shouldn't have played a part there, Ash. But welcome to the commentary box.
Thank you.
Better late than never. Good to see you.
Yeah, a magnificent 4th 15 at Boys High rather against Stratford High today, so got tied up there.
Oh, good on you.
But good open running footy, and great tackle there on the 22 by Old Boys, both teams at top strength today, and absolutely fizzing at the moment. Good play from Tukapa, good continuity, great tackle, another, probably about a third in a row. Oh, it's Daniel Waite, he's gone down in a heap himself. Actually, he's rubbing that left shoulder. Probably giving himself a bit of a stinger, right shoulder rather.
Yeah, well, once again, Ash, it's that line speed from Old Boys we've seen all season. It's got better and better as the season's gone on. And again, just no room to move for that attacking, as they brought it back on the blind side there, Tukapa, and Old Boys once again. Great defence.
Yeah, it was about 5 tackles in a row. Good continuity from Tukapa. Looks like they're rolling out the tall timber today, actually. Some interesting, even on the bench, Old Boys today, they've got plenty of strength. And, of course, a couple of milestones, Phil.
Yes, yeah, we have here today. So we just mentioned it in calling out the team. So Adam Smith playing his 50th cap for the Old Boys BCD Prems. And, of course, that man Cody Ray, who's been around a long time and plays his 100th game out here today at Vogeltown Park.
Yep, he's tucked away on the left wing. I was talking to Cody this morning. He was pretty fired up about playing well today and pretty excited about playing against the Chooks. So well done. He's had a great career to date, and we look forward to possibly another bloody 50 or so games out of him.
Well, you never know. The former North Harbour and Taranaki rep, and as we mentioned earlier, New Zealand Māori and New Zealand under-20 representative. So he's certainly a talented player, and great having him here at Old Boys.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And he mentioned his favourite game was playing against Inglewood in a semi-final a few years ago. And in the 100th minute of the game, it went to overtime. In the 100th minute of the game, he was able to kick the winning penalty. So it's good. It's good with that amount of rugby he's played that he remembers those moments for his club.
I think that was in 2010, Ash. So that's 13 years ago. So that's how long he's been around. And that was a great scrum from Old Boys, and they've been able to get that ball wide through a little inside kick, and that's gone to Adam Smith, who's back inside to Daniel Waite, I believe it is, and over in the corner. Great start, Old Boys.
Yeah, it was fantastic, actually. It was a big scrum. It was a Old Boys shove, and man, they pushed Tukapa backwards at a rapid amount of knots, and a nice little chip kick in first 5 today. So, really nice play, and Adam Smith showing a lot of toe, actually. Good speed, and ran Daniel Waite nicely into position, a good inside support line from Daniel, and he scores a cracker of a try to open the game.
Yeah, well, we go back to that scrum, Ash, and old Donald Brighouse and Ruben O'Neill just absolutely dominating up front there on the contact, and it was a big scrum, and Tukapa, not a great start for them in terms of parity at scrum time, so they'll be looking to try and improve on that. But, it was good ball, wasn't it, on the front foot, and away they went from there.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and good to see those guys back playing. Both been out for injury and other reasons. So probably the first time that Old Boys have been able to roll out their top front row this year, Phil.
Yeah, well, exactly, and credit to Old Boys too. I know Spotswood was struggling for some front rows a little while ago as the kick goes over. From Brayton Northcote Hill, who's been in sensational form with the boot this season. But Donald Brickhouse had played a game or two for Spotswood early this season, just to fill in there and help them out. So
yeah, that's fantastic. It shows the character of the player. Happy to roll up his sleeves, get some footy under his belt, and help out another club who was struggling for a front row at that particular time.
That's correct, yeah.
So good high kick, plenty of height on that. A couple of blood-cooling calls coming from the Tukapa guys, but nicely taken by the big number 6. That's
Rowan Slater,
yeah.
Taking it in
sets
there.
it up nicely. And a bit of a late kick from charge down there from Tukapa, but Northcote Hill was probably a wee bit relaxed about that. He didn't see those guys come up on him so quickly.
Good control there too from Cullen Botcher, the Canadian Sevens player, who took that forward and into the ground, and Old Boys now going the open side way. Little handling error there, Ash, and this will be interesting to see how Tukapa handle this putting on their own scrum. Yeah,
they look a bit in shock, Tukapa, don't they? I have to say that even the crowd.
Well,
starting. I was expecting a 70-metre try to kick things off today at Vogeltown Park, that's for sure.
Well, I tell you, I don't think Jimmy Carr wants anything else out of his team today. He just wants them to compete and go hard. He's got a good memory, Jimmy Carr, and being a halfback, they all do. And he remembers last season when Old Boys team were decimated through COVID and couldn't play and couldn't field a team. Tukapa cheekily put in their Facebook page that they'd beaten Old Boys 99-0. So that was in round 1 last year. And so Jimmy hasn't forgotten that, so he wants to put a few on them today.
Yeah, nice.
But anyway.
So first scrum of the day, and Old Boys once again putting that big 8-man shove on. Good move off the back though from the Tukapa number 8. Did really, really well there going backwards under pressure. Slips in his halfback and, fantastic tackle, covering tackle comes across.
Gee, they got close here, didn't they?
It looks like
Lapu took it off the back of the scrum there for Tukapa and made some really good yards.
Yeah, I'm not sure who came across there. Is it either Daniel Waite or his brother Sean? But really, really good, nice little pop-up pass from the Tukapa number 8 back to his 9. It looked like he was going to go over in the corner.
So it's a 22 dropout, Ash, and must have gone out in goal there.
Yeah, good scrambling tackle there, that's for sure. Save the day for Old Boys, and they've given the ball to the young first 5. And he knocks it downtown. Yep, good kick, well inside the Tukapa half. Fullback a bit of a speed from the Tukapa fullback, lovely pass.
That was a good
overhead
run.
Pass, nice. Well, he's the fullback here, actually, was the inside centre. Good cover tackle by Waite again. He's throwing himself around, no mucking around. Good pass out to the 11. He gets driven backwards. And counter ruck by Tukapa. Well done, Tukapa. They look after the ball. Strong carry there from the number 7.
Yeah, good control there from Kumaroa, the number 11 for Tukapa there. Not a lot of room to move, but got it back inside. And Tukapa has shown a little bit of patience here. And they've got some good running backs.
Yeah, they have, and really pleasing to see how willing they are to run with the ball. That's fantastic.
Well, I suppose if anything we can get out of last night, Ash, with the Chiefs game here in Taranaki, is you don't take anything for granted. There are possibilities of upset, so Tukapa will be trying their hardest all day here to upset Old Boys, who are favourites going into this match.
Yeah, lost a wee bit of territory on the play. They try to play off the prop who swung around past the no one, but good recovery from the Tukapa backs. And once again, Waite in hard, gets shoved backwards off the ball. Probably better line defence from Old Boys there. They're just coming up together. Nice little chip through from the 10.
All out in
Takes
the corner.
play
Yep.
right into the corner. It was a nice play actually.
Yeah.
Haven't really seen the boy Porteous play much this year.
No, that was really good quick ball from the ruck there, and halfback for Tukapa today, Campbell Woodmouse was able to get that back pretty quick and sided a gap just out wide, and the kick went through, and it was a very good one. So pressure on here for Old Boys.
So 7 minutes into the game, 7-0 to Old Boys. Struck well from the deep with a try the second minute of the game, and Tukapa, first time really that they've had any ball. They're hard up against the Old Boys line, and everyone just taking a minute. Somebody...
Yeah, there's an injury there. I think that could be Sean, I think.
Yes, it is.
Sean Waite.
The halfback. So Old Boys to throw to the line out, and they've gone short. They've taken a full man. Yeah, nice number jump up there from their number 7.
Yeah, that was
Michael
Loft.
Yeah, and great carry here by Josh Dowsing under the post, under a bit of pressure. And yells of offside coming from the Old Boys bench, and they're probably right. The 7 jumped out of the line, but referee said, hey, listen, let's just play on. And he nice nudge there from
Northcote Hill.
And takes play just on the 10-metre line inside the Old Boys half.
Yeah, it was good clearance actually. Good work at the line out from Loft, getting up and getting the ball back, and good yards from the number 8 for Old Boys there. Dowsing, who's had a very good season thus far. Tukapa here looking to take it, continue on the open side. A very good tackle there, Ash, by Thompson.
Yeah, it was a good tackle. It was a bit of a no-look pass to nobody from the Tukapa first 5. Thompson might have been a bit unlucky. He didn't pick up an intercept there. But the player that took it certainly met with the Old Boy centre at the same time. He slammed to the ground and lost control of the ball.
Well, it was good work from the first there for Old Boys, and hands over the top and onto the ball, and had secured it there and not releasing Tukapa. So back inside Tukapa half here, Ash, and Old Boys will be looking to get this wide from here, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. They look keen to move the ball, that's for sure. And it's the first time they've actually, well, second time they've been in Tukapa's half. They had a good drive there on their captain Jackson Morgan. Look at control. They've got a very, very experienced front row, so halfback reaching in.
So Millen here, number 14 for Old Boys, just sneak up a little bit. It's unfortunate that they couldn't circulate the ball back, have to get it to the back of the ruck and try and hold it from there. But well tied up from Tukapa there, and couldn't release it, Old Boys, in the scrum to Tukapa.
Yeah, it was a Captain Jolins that did the damage there. He was able to sneak around on the Old Boys side and block the ball from being returned. So, of course, a collapsed maul means a scrum with Tukapa put in, but there'll be plenty of incentive for that Old Boys scrum to give them a good nudge, I'd say. Interesting setup of the back line with Tukapa. They look like it's going to be a running play. Their blindside wingers.
Yeah, well, the scrum just outside of the 22, so they can't sort of pass it back and clear it. They'll have to try and get some territory here and probably run it up from the centre and see what happens here. A little bit of issue, Ash, on that loose head side for Old Boys. So the ref's just gone across the other side to have a look.
Yeah, I'm not sure though, Phil, because of course what's happened with that winger coming up, Cody Ray's dropped right back, so it was about a 30-metre blindside at the moment, so I wouldn't be surprised. The Tukapa number 8, he stretched his legs early in the game and looked quite handy. So he could be taking off down that blindside.
Yeah, so Rowan Slater got a bit of work here to do to protect that blindside, but it goes open.
Does a good cut-out pass out to the centre. Not much of a carry for him. He's not going to get around weight in the form that he's in.
Yeah, up and good defence, up a good line of defence here, Old Boys.
Yeah, just rolling it up. Tukapa with the forwards, and then outside the 22 is a great nudge, fantastic nudge. Well controlled by Cody Ray. He knocks it back, and he returns a favour with a fine kick as well, and takes play back to halfway. But good territory gain there from Tukapa. Moved the ball, cut out pass out to the centre. He sort of went inside and outside, then took the tackle. A couple of roll ups by their forwards. And then the number 10, man, he's got a bit of length in his boot.
Yeah, they set it up well, didn't they? And not a lot of wind here today. I suppose the pitch is in good nick too, Ash, considering the amount of rain we've had during the week. It's held up well, obviously, with the trainings on it Tuesday and Thursday. And it's looking in pretty good nick, so it should be still some good running rugby here today.
Yeah, perfect. And a great play there. Looked like Dowsing had gone up to number 2, and he just muscled his way over the top of the Tukapa number 2. It was their ball, of course. The throw wasn't great. It was a low throw, but Old Boys would be really happy to win that ball, and good release to Thompson back to Waite inside, throws it inside. Thompson cleans up the scraps. He'll need a bit of support though. He's got a bit of work to do to retain the ball.
Yeah, Waite had his hands on it, so that's good. Little kick
nice
through.
Play, and behind the Tukapa wing, has he got a left foot? Yes, he has, and good nudge, but he's got plenty of space.
Well, there's Millen, so he's been in good form too.
Probably a wee bit lucky there, Millen. Looked like a second play, but
just got to watch that Mitch O'Neill off his feet there, but the ball was able to come back.
Yeah, nothing on at the moment. Tukapa got a good line of defence, that's for sure, and Old Boys are just sort of probing at the moment.
Plenty of numbers out to the left, Ash, if they can get it there.
Yeah, that is, and they've spotted that space. Thompson got the ball. Yeah, good run by Ray, straight through a hole. Takes a tackle, rolls, good clean out, a great clean out over the top there from Michael Loft, and puts it out to Thompson. But it looks like an intercept from the Tukapa winger.
Yeah, could have been the number 15 there, I think. It could have been Brad Coman. I'm not too sure who did that, but they stopped that play.
Yeah, you're right, Phil. It was the 15. He did a really nice job. So Tukapa number 9, he completely understands they're under the pump inside the 22.
Yep.
And not much on. So even though he had numbers outright, he had a couple of forwards from Old Boys, he was like, no, we'll just settle things down and try and take play back towards halfway.
It was probably the right decision from Campbell Woodness there, the halfback for Tukapa, and it was a good little clearance, relieved the pressure. Oh, fantastic jump there from Michael Loft at the back there, Ash.
Yeah, fantastic playing, good charging run from Dowsing, and good control there. Nice wraparound play by Brayton Hill. He's actually really quick. He's deceptively fast as the first 5.
Yeah, that was fantastic from Brayton Northcott Hill there. He just looped round, saw the gap, went through it, poured through it, and he can put on the toe when needs be, and he was away. No stopping him there. Second try for Old Boys.
Yeah, and just sort of came from nowhere really. Just a good throw to the line out, good take. Charging run by the big number 8 today, Josh Dowsing. And as you say, Phil, Northcote Hill showed his silky skills. And he has been in good form. He's a very good player, but just unfortunately has had so many injuries over the last few years that we haven't seen the best of him.
No, well, I'll tell you what, the way he's kicking, the way he's running the ball, his cover defence, everything about him really this season, Ash, has been outstanding. So he's fit. He's obviously over a lot of those injuries and looking to have a big season. So let's just hope he gets through the club season okay and is available for rep stuff later on, because he's certainly one that they'd want to be looking at. That's a beautiful nudge right down the middle.
Converts his own try, and his fine form definitely continues. Yeah, it'll be interesting with Northcote Hill this year, with obviously Perifetta is a incumbent in terms of first 5 for Taranaki. He's got All Black aspirations, but with Mackenzie coming back from Japan, it may be that, and Perifetta's been injured recently, so but he's certainly a classy player, and he's obviously played at that level, so he knows what's required.
It's a deep kick into the corner there, Ash, but Old Boys controlling.
Yeah, they look pretty relaxed actually, Old Boys. They definitely know their roles, and they're not overcommitting forwards, are keeping guys out wide if they need to. Good wraparound play here.
There's that man Botcher again, just taking yards up before it was released back to the open side. Could be a turnover here.
Yeah, Tukapa poled into the ruck, that's for sure.
No, secured there.
I'm not sure about these little pop passes from front rowers. I'm not sure the Canadian who took it, he's like, hang on mate, what are you doing?
Well, we never passed nowadays, Ash. It was just...
yeah, fantastic cutout pass. How much gas has he got? Yeah, nice and Loft doing the pass. Yeah, dummies.
Yeah, Michael Loft, plenty of pace.
And he might go all the way down the sideline. Oh, fantastic inside pass.
Oh, look at that.
Brilliant pass out to Waite. The 10 comes across, bounces over the line under the post. Wow.
Well, that was some fantastic handling. Love to see the 7 there just put on the gas and down the tram lines, just underneath us here, and made great yards. So well done, Michael Lofton, and what a fantastic in pass from him too. And the hands saw it out to Sean Waite, who made the last little yards. He was looking to get tackled, but he had enough momentum, and over the line he went. That's the 3rd try for Old Boys.
Yeah, and the Tukapa guys be scratching their heads in amazement. I mean, man, they were piling into a ruck just inside the Old Boys 22, and then less than 20 seconds later, they're standing up at their post.
Yeah,
no, it was fantastic play down that right-hand side.
Yeah, well, we're 18 minutes into the game, Ash, and it's 21-0, so big points here for Old Boys, and they'll be wanting to keep that momentum up. Just touching on Brayton Northcote Hill, though, I mean, we talk about the people that he's probably needing to beat to get into that Taranaki side in the first 5, but he's universal, isn't he? He can play second, he can play centre, fullback, and that's the beauty of him. He's very universal.
Yeah, and as we're seeing this year, he's a very valuable player because he's kicking the goals from everywhere, so yeah, he certainly will be worth his weight in gold. Good take once again by Wade. He's doing a lot of work behind that forward pack. It was about the 3rd kickoff he's taken. Just set the team up nicely. Good release there from Dowsing. Good smart play actually. Releases the ball to...
And the try scorer waits away.
Yeah, he is, and just getting hammered by 3 or 4 defenders. It frees up the ball nicely. Good flick pass. Out to Dowsing, out to Slater. He charges through. And Old Boy's pretty rampant at this moment. We'll put that down to a nice pass from Dowsing. He may have got it knocked out of his hands. From Slater.
Playing advantage here too, I think, the ref, so we'll see what it comes of that. But Old Boys won't need it. They'll just be wanting to circulate ball here. Oh,
Yeah,
great pass.
fantastic pass.
Yeah.
What a lovely pass. Play it to the 14, just charges in, flicks the ball up to Thompson. He makes good play, and
yeah, slightly offside potentially there, the Tukapa player, but gee, the circulation of play here is fantastic. The in-passing, the out-passing, the support's huge, so they'll be wanting to get this back pretty quick. They've certainly got numbers out to the left again.
yeah, they have a nice pass, good little pop pass. Isn't it great to see Props in the midfield? And he's got a sniff of the line.
He's over.
Don Brighouse, he knew he'd like, wow, if I play my cards right here, I could do a dummy.
Well, he's, yep, good to see a forward. There you go, Donald Brickhouse, the try scorer, fantastic stuff.
But just the way they set themselves up, their backs, what's impressive at the moment is that the backs are actually winning the contest, so the forwards are able to stay in the middle of the paddock. Old Boys shifting the ball back to them, and they're pushing up in big numbers. They've had, man, that would be about the fourth play where they've made 60 plus 70 metres.
Actually, it's a really good point you make, Ash. The support from the backs, just when the ball does go to ground, and the ability for them to then circulate the play. So we've got the likes of Thompson, Millen, who are in there lending a hand at the breakdown, and it is freeing up the Old Boys loose forwards, and they're able to set up in the midfield and make the most of it. So that's fantastic from them. So 28-0 already. 4 tries to Old Boys. We've got the Waite brothers have dotted over, along with Brayton Northcott Hill, and now Donald Brickhouse has etched 5 points on the board.
Yep, and that was a big charging 4 metre run from Don, but I'm sure later in the evening he probably add another 0 to it.
Of course you do.
And ball bouncing around.
Okay.
Once again, Lofty gets around the outside. He pretends to do the kip move. Oh, pops it up nicely for the wing. And good clean out once again. Out to Waite. Charging on is Slater.
Well, here they are lining up again on the left-hand side, Ash. We've got the Brickhouse himself out to Northcott Hill. No, lost forward.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Yeah, might have been a bit greedy actually. It looked like it was Dowsing. Had white line fever because our 100-game man was on the outside.
He was.
He was sitting in idle. He was in second gear going, mate, can you pass me the ball? I actually want to score.
He was lining up for it. No question about that. And his opportunity will definitely come later on in this match. But, yeah, look, the numbers are colossal out wide from Old Boys. They just, you've got your 2 props lining up around midfield, and out from there you've got Rowan Slater out wide, so great support from the forwards doing the yards. But again, Millen and Thompson there in that breakdown, Ash, just huge work rate.
Yeah, great clean out, just continuity. I'm saying to anyone who will listen, Phil, and I'm making them listen actually, that I'm a big believer if you're not playing like Japan, you are not playing rugby. And at the moment, Old Boys are playing like Japan.
You'll have to expand on that, Ash, and explain it for the viewers.
Total rugby is non-stop. You have a crack from anywhere.
100%, yeah.
And well done to Old Boys because they've cracked Tukapa twice from kick receptions inside their 22. And the guy who's initiated both of them is a guy named Michael Loft. He's just hanging out wide, and he's actually surprisingly quick. He's played a lot of sevens. He's got a great little dummy pass to himself, and was able to both times put Millam away down the right-hand side, and they've done very, very well, Old Boys. This is exceptional rugby at the moment.
Yeah, they've shown patience all year. They build play, but the support is huge when they do make the breaks, and they've been well drilled by the likes of Andy Slater and Michael Carr and Justin as well. So Justin Looney and of course Hamish Mitchell. So what a great lineup of coaches they have, and it's prevalent in their play.
So Tukapa to feed the scrum.
Defensive scrum here, Ash. This will be a good opportunity for that powerful Old Boys front row to dominate here again.
Well, it'll be interesting because Tukapa have had to move their centre into halfback. So their halfback has taken some sort of knock. So whether he's been replaced or...
Well, that's a shame if he has gone. We've missed that. But Campbell Woodmass has played well for Tukapa today. Been able to clear the ball really well and done the odd clearance kick. So let's hope he's okay. We'll try and spot him for you.
Or it's tactical and Woodmass has got the best clearance kick from a 5-metre scrum in Taranaki.
Could be.
We'll so see. And he doesn't need to show us because the referees say, come on, old boys.
No, a little bit keen there, the old boy scrum. Just got to settle and wait for that pill to be put in. But relieving penalty for Tukapa. So opportunity here, Ash, just to mention again, just the what we're standing in here for the commentary here today. Kindly built for us by Cunningham Construction. So Paul Cunningham, thank you for that. And obviously the canvas that surrounds us keeps us dry and out of the wind a bit is from Dobson and Son. So thank you, Dobbo, for that. Fantastic. So appreciate it.
Awesome. And of course our expert cameraman today, just fresh off the plane from Singapore, flew back in early for today's game, knew the significance of it.
Yep, young Billy Preston's with us again. Couple of numbers and a little gap there opens up.
Yeah, the 22
so
on from Tukapa.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a official move. The 13 has gone to halfback for Tukapa, replaced.
So Josh Hardy is on in jersey 22 for Tukapa.
Charging run there from Jackson Morgan. And Waite coming in late.
Staying on his feet, Millen.
Yeah, he's made good ground actually. Every time he's handled the ball, he's...
And there's that man, Reuben O'Neill, making good yards again. Inside to Daniel Waite. Ash.
Yeah, fantastic run, good angled run. Plenty of pace on at the moment. Tukapa just kind of struggling a wee bit. Good drive there, fantastic. Good counter rake actually. And picked up by the big Tukapa prop, and he's got the wrestle on. And I'd hate to be the player that's stuck at the bottom of that. I think it's Daniel Waite. Ball bugger, he's on his back.
Oh, he's tough.
Good charge down.
Was it? Oh, here we go. Oh, there's space here. He's away. The
Yeah,
fullback for
fantastic
Tukapa.
run.
He's going to go in the corner.
Yeah, good breakout try. Great breakout try actually from Tukapa. Nice play. They're under a lot of pressure. Old boys charging through. They've got a big turnover, massive turnover just inside the 22, and Sean Waite is down because he had about 400 pound of muscle
Yeah, come
fall on him, poor
yep.
bugger. And not very pleasant when you're stuck at the bottom and you got no air in your lungs and you're wondering how you're going to breathe.
No, pretty hard for the young fella, but yeah, no, Brad Koeman there from Tukapa, number 15, making a great break and showed some good toe there to score for Tukapa, and they needed that. They gritted their teeth back at that defensive ruck and were determined to keep their hands on the ball and were able to get it back.
Yeah, it's showing more toe than a Roman sandal, as I'd say.
100%.
And it's a good point actually, Phil, when you look at the competitiveness of Tukapa, that they got a sniff of the ball for the turnover, and yeah, really pumped some numbers into that ruck to get the turnover, and then made really good use of it down that left-hand side. And the 15 showed a clean pair of heels, and Tukapa on the board.
Yeah, no, well done Tukapa. Good replies. Mason Porteous looks to line up this conversion. Just drills it, pulls it away to the left.
Yeah, interesting way to set up the ball actually on the ground for the kicking tee. It was kind of flat on the ground nearly. And
so just match day sponsors here today, Ash. So we've got Craig Investment Partners are our match day sponsors, so they'll be up in the club rooms afterwards. And of course it's Old Boys Day here at New Plymouth Old Boys Rugby Club. So a lot of the old players from yesteryear are here and enjoying this fixture. Yeah.
Good take, actually. I'll tell you who's in there. I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe he's just decided he hasn't had enough rugby. But Daniel Waite, he was first man on the job, hassles the big Tukapa lock, wins the ball back, wins the scrum, He's into everything at the moment.
He does realise he's playing second five, right?
Exactly.
Because he's playing like a loose forward and sometimes a prop as well, so he's into everything, all right? He's a workhorse.
And his centre partner just wanders over to him and says, "Hey, Daniel, settle down, mate. We actually need you out here as well."
Yeah. No, he's into everything. He's been around the traps here for some time now, and I think he's played close to 40 games now for Taranaki, Ash. So he'll be looking to add to that this season.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be looking forward for a big season. So, about 2 metres out once again. Big push from the Old Boys scrum.
Well,
yeah, and the referee had his arm out straight away.
Yeah, I think he broke away a little bit early there. The number 7 for Tukapa. That's Nathaniel Peters, and got pinged there.
Yeah, interesting tactic that. They
So Northcote Hill just puts it in the corner, or close to the corner.
Yeah, it's probably midway goal line in 22, and first time, or second time really, Old Boys have had an attacking line out. Last time they scored a cracker of a try, but the big number 5 goes up. Good recovery there from the number.
Yeah, it's Botcher again. He makes some yards every time he goes forward.
Does actually. He's tough in that tight stuff, that's for sure. And big charge. The forwards come rolling around.
Just got to tidy it up here a little
pass, bit. But Thompson skips through the first tackle, and he's a big, strong lad.
Oh, got a wee bit of an issue here on the ground.
Yeah, we have actually a bit of a swinging arm, I think, on Daniel Waite, and he didn't like it. So he swung his arm back.
Well, as you say, Ash, he's been into everything, and if there's a little bit of a scrap, he's into that as well. So just got to watch himself. But ref didn't like what he saw, and he's going to call the captains together, have a wee chat here. Or at least the offending
we've got a
players.
replay on that, Billy. We can have a look and see who the swinging arm was.
Well, he's calling Burnett and Waite, so that he's just having a wee chat, telling them both to calm down and get on with the game. So it should be scrum to Old Boys here, right underneath the Tukapa post. Good position.
Yeah, we definitely saw something because he stopped the play straight away.
Yeah, no, he wasn't happy with it. So probably around about 8 minutes to go, Ash, before the halftime break, and Old Boys leading 28-5. They'll be wanting probably to add to that before the break.
Well, in a perfect position, and plenty of chat at the moment between the halfback, Sean Waite, and the first 5, Braden Northcote Hill, and it's a split back line. 2 players directly behind the scrum. This is going to be interesting, actually, because Adam Smith did surprise me with his speed in that first try, and he's starting deep. So
yeah, well, he'll be looking to dot down here, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's...
good dominant scrum. Yeah, nice move from out to Smith. The winger does well, actually. Tukapa comes up and spots, tackles him.
Yeah, you can
Forwards
see that.
pile in. Yeah, good retention of ball there. And big charging run. I'm pretty sure that was Slater getting himself close to the line. Out to the number 2. He skips around a flying tackle.
Geez, making good yards again. Getting close here.
Yeah, no,
I
good.
think we're over, aren't we?
We're surging try, and I think it's brother to brother. He waited him for to go to ground. He was.
Yeah, Ruben O'Neill. Yep.
Yeah, fantastic effort.
Oh, well, that's both props have dotted down now, Ash, for the 5th try for Old Boys this afternoon.
Yeah, fantastic effort there, really. So good scrum. They went left, and good defence from the Tukapa wing. He came out and did a spot tackle on Adam Smith, the Old Boys fullback, and took the tackle. Forwards are over there really quickly, and I think the speed that they're travelling across the ground at the moment, Phil, is the difference at the moment. They're getting numbers there quickly and presenting the ball nicely.
Yeah, they certainly are. It's very mobile, and it's good to see. I know Ruben O'Neill's been out with injury, and he's working his way back into things, but last time we were here, I think he got 20 minutes, and he's adding to that today. So, yep, 35-5.
35-5. Well, nobody would have been expecting that at Vogeltown Park today.
Apart from Jimmy Carr, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Good tap back. Loft grabs the ball. So once again, Old Boys doing really well looking after their pull.
Offside here, Tukapa. Just up a little bit quick. Kick goes across to that man, Cody Ray, but he's... Ooh. No, he said he's in front of the kicker, so they'll play advantage and come back for the Old Boys penalty. So
Ray's given the touchy over there a bit of a dirty look because he's thinking, hang on, mate, I could have caught that and probably jogged another 40 metres down the paddock for my try.
Well, he was ready to accelerate, wasn't he? But, no, the referee got the signal there from the touchy, just in front. So Brayton Northcote Hill will be looking to peel off plenty of yards here as he tries to get it right down deep inside the Tukapa half with what is around sort of 4.5 minutes to go in the half. Ash.
Yeah, a good 30-metre kick there, actually. And I think if junior players are watching guys technically how to kick a ball, you couldn't get anyone better than him. He's just fantastic with the way he drops the ball and power and picks up a lot of metres. So good win there in the middle of the line out from Loft. Daniel Waite runs up.
Geez, he's doing some good work at the back of that Old Boys line out. No. He's going to the pocket here. So someone's copped the yellow card from Old Boys. I'm not too sure who that is. Daniel Waite. Okay. Oh, well, he's been sort of pushing for that all game, hasn't he? He's been everywhere, playing a dynamic game and played very well, but been into scrappy stuff a little bit as well. But
he came in for some hard contact, and that's one thing I'll give Daniel Waite. When he hits someone, you know he's been hit because he does come in so hard, but it was either high or late. And the referee said, you're already on a warning, mate, so take 10 minutes in the sin bin to have a think about things.
Well, early halftime break for Daniel. Getting a little bit testy out there, Ash. It's firing up a bit, I think. So, as these clashes always provide.
Yeah, absolutely. Two, strong city clubs. And Tukapa on the back end of some points at the moment. Not a fantastic pass from their acting halfback. But good recovery from their forward, so cleaning out nicely. The 10 peels back in, runs into a bit of a traffic. Does a good job looking after the ball. Out to the number 8, he just knows one way, he puts his head down and charges. Bit of a pick and go, good defence close in by Old Boys.
Very good defence, driving them back. They're really trying their best to get in front of the advantage line here, Tukapa, but getting driven back massively. Lots of pressure from the...
They really are, and you got a feel for the centre who's coming to halfback and thinking, wow, is this how much traffic goes on up around these rucks? Good release.
They want to get this ball out if they can. They've got a couple of numbers out wide.
Yeah, nice run, sprints through the 15. He's got a good turn of speed. Lovely pass over the top. Can he get outside, Mr. Ray? No, he's not. He dragged down, thrown to the ground. Pick and go, close to the goal line. There's probably about a metre out at the moment. Tukapa just taking some time now, settling down. Forwards know, hey, if they get this right, they could probably wangle their way over. The forwards going over to support. There's absolutely no back line for Tukapa. You've got 15 players in that right-hand corner. The 12 skips over. There's no way the ball's going out to him. They're just going to take their time and see if they can muscle over. There's still 2 minutes in the half.
There's a game south. That's the
number 8.
Number 8.
Yeah, he does well. Oh, good pick and go. Great pick and go, actually. And came close. There's a big prop. Is he over the line? He stretches. Stripped by the Old Boys number 10. Wow, what a play. What a fantastic play.
Yeah, well, that's Northcote
Hill.
Good
clean out under the post. Old Boys just settling things down. Of course, if the ball's over the try line, then it's free ball. And a good kick there from the Old Boys centre. And well done Tukapa, and well done Old Boys. Wow, that was just fantastic play, aggressive and constant.
Yeah, lots of pressure there from Tukapa. They retained the ball, as you said, Ash. They didn't have anyone out wide. It was just going to stay in tight, and they were just going pick and go. But Brayton Northcote Hill got the turnover there and stripped the ball from the Tukapa player and got back to Thompson, who cleared it. And a little bit of pressure relieved here, but Tukapa to feed the line out.
Yeah, good jump in the middle of the line-out by the big lock. And remember, they've got a numerical advantage, Tukapa at the moment. The 10 loves a lovely pass. This 15 looks a pace. Nice. Hits the hole hard.
Oh, look at
runs
that.
through. And very good try.
Run.
That was a great try.
Good straight running, straight and plain away he went was Brad Kerman. So he's that's his second try. And Tukapa's second as well. So well done to him.
Yeah, we don't know too much about Kerman, but he's just showing a really nice turn of speed. He's got lovely balance, and when he accelerates on the ball, he just takes off.
Yeah, well, they needed that just before the break, so that's 35-10 with a kick to come. So just before the break, Ash, we'll just also mention some of our other sponsors here. So we've got the BCD group, of course, so the main sponsor of the Premier team here, Pack and Save New Plymouth, Elsco, Pepper Construction, all long-term sponsors of the club, so well done to them.
Yeah, awesome support. And well done Tukapa, actually. They've just sort of gutsed their way back into the game. In the last 10 minutes, you'd have to say they've been the dominant team, although Old Boys did squeeze another try. So 2 tries to 1 really in the last 10 or 12 minutes. So it just shows that, really how determined they are as a team. And a couple of nicely taken tries. So it's all go. And the first 5 knocks the ball over and the referee calls half time. And wow, what a start. What a first half here at Vogeltown Park.
Yeah, some real open rugby, and it's been great from Old Boys, but good finish there from Tukapa before the break. So it's 35-12, and we'll see you back here soon at Vogeltown Park.
Absolutely. Turn off the mics for a couple of minutes. You want to talk to I'll talk to Rob, but I'll wait another minute.
Well, here, put that.
Yeah. It's still running. Yeah.
Stand up here, mate.
So as you remember, it's Old Boys Day here at Old Boys, and I'm not saying you're an old boy, Rob Yule, but welcome back to Vogeltown Park. Many years.
Great to be here, Ash, and it is nearly 50 years since I first donned the all-white jersey, as it was in those days. So tremendous to be here, and a great turnout, and a fantastic day, and some really enterprising rugby on show.
Absolutely, and of course the crosstown rivals, you couldn't get a better match to turn up for. So Rob, you've done a lot in rugby. You've came through the Taranaki system many years ago, heavily involved in community rugby, and then saw the start of professional rugby in New Zealand, and then obviously took the opportunity to work internationally. So, what's your observations around the world? How's the game going?
Well, I mean, it's a fantastic landscape for the game now, and here we are having Japan as a Tier 1 nation as of a decision yesterday, but at Tier 2 and below level there's a fantastic enthusiasm for the game right through Asia and Eastern Europe. As you know, I was probably more Sri Lanka. I reopened rugby in Iran after 30 years of non-sport. Did a private enterprise in Lebanon after the war, worked in Kazakhstan. All those countries are just so enthusiastic about rugby, and I can say the programs we set up are still running successfully. So I did a stint in Japan myself and have done extensive work throughout Asia and development work in Laos, Thailand and Malaysia, and yeah, the game's in good heart, Ash.
Fantastic. Well, it's interesting the way the World Cup cycle's going and the competitiveness now, as you say, of the Tier 2 nations. Rob, it's taken a long time in Asia.
Yes, it has.
And obviously, very difficult because rugby for a long time was an Olympic sport, and very little support from governments or very little interest.
That's right.
So the rugby, has it come from a community perspective or through the education sector, through schools and universities? How's the rollout going in the countries that you've been working in?
Certainly schools and university are the driving force in those countries, and I'd have to say, Ash, probably Sevens rugby is the one that's really,
of course,
stood the test of time. I'm involved in a tournament in Bangkok that we've run for a number of years, and we have a lot of women's teams and men's teams come from all over Asia for those. And I think Sevens rugby is probably the catalyst for the growth.
Yep.
15s, it is growing, but they don't have the development opportunities below tournament play, which they have a lot of tournaments, but that's their development sector, and if they're just short on resources, let's be honest, and
Right.
and it's tough. You don't have well-resourced clubs like we have here in New Zealand. They don't have tackle bags or any other training aids that we might take for granted here. So, but I've had a fabulous experience, and it just shows that it is a global game now, and long may it continue.
Yeah, fantastic. I was reading the other day, 128 countries. I am kind of interested, Rob, about the organic growth of rugby versus the seeding of rugby, say from a World Rugby. So, in your experience, is it mainly an expat market in some of these more remote countries that would get rugby up and running?
Very much so.
Yeah, and for recreational purposes, obviously.
For recreational purposes, and they see it, the expats see it as their duty to integrate themselves into sport, and they're the ones that drive the issues and get the teams up and running, and often fund them as well. So and create the sponsorship. So yeah, there's lots of that going on. But for me, it's just great to be back in New Zealand and certainly seeing a fine game here today. And I believe 5 years since we've beaten Tukapa Ash. So
well, exactly.
We're well on the way here at half time. So
dusted the cobwebs off.
Yeah, we've dusted the cobwebs off. But and a few names there that I can recognise. Rowan Slater looks in fine nick. Michael Loft obviously had a great NPC last year. He looks pretty strong, and some other names there that are synonymous with the Old Boys Club. Not so many in the Tukapa ranks, I might say, but I guess they're in a growth phase or a rebuilding phase after losing a few in recent years.
Yeah, no, perfect. Oh, well, thanks, Rob. I really appreciate giving your feedback on the global game at the moment.
Yeah, my pleasure, and just great to be back in club rugby in Taranaki.
Fantastic, thank you. So Rob's been educating us on Laos and different Middle Eastern countries. The Old Boys team have kicked off, and they're spreading the ball wide out to Dowson. Yeah, shows a good turn of space actually, pushes off the defender 3 times. Wow, that was way too easy. So good run, good angled run actually, good determined run from Dowsing. He probably needed that actually, just to get his confidence going. Not great defence from the Tukapa defender, but once again, Old Boys just kind of everything's turning to gold for them. Really.
Yeah, it's working well, but they've been working hard all season, Ash. This is not by chance. Their support play. I think the fitness too is fantastic in the Old Boys team, and they'll go the 80 minutes for sure. So that's the 6th try already for Old Boys.
Yeah, I'm just looking down here at the bench. Phil, there wouldn't be many teams in New Zealand at the moment can rest a 6'5" lock, and New Zealand are rather a Chiefs under-20s prop, so they've got plenty of horsepower to come off the bench as well.
Yeah, they certainly have, and we've got that young buller, first 5 Jack Parker down there too, so who played for the Crusaders under-20s. So we've certainly got some talent out there. That's for real. What an interesting chat with Rob. That was fantastic. And it's amazing what's happening in World Rugby at the moment, and the growth of the game and all sorts of different corners. Yes,
it is. Yeah. And there is a massive push at the moment. The profits from the World Cup. That's why that is such a commercial event, because World Rugby said, hey, we've got to make some money to support these countries. And it's guys like Rob that they're sending out. No different from the church probably years and years and years ago.
Right.
They needed converts.
Yeah.
And I think rugby looked at that model and thought, right, it worked.
Right. The Crusades of many years ago. There you go. History lesson with Ash Smith.
Exactly. So a bit of a tentative kick there from Tukapa, but they've got Old Boys under a wee bit of pressure now. Ball flicked out to Adam Smith, and he's running strongly at the moment. Oh, good, lovely play.
Yep.
Nice pass. Intercepted there from the young Tukapa number 14. And
Luke Taplin getting his hands on the ball there. Oh, showing weight, good strength. He's got himself at the bottom of another ruck though.
Not where you want to be when you're halfback.
No.
And Tukapa 17, the props come on, but man, first reception is a big hit from the Canadian number 8.
Yeah, that's Brendan Dent, who's made his way on for Tukapa.
Yeah, the referee's just picked up a little knock on.
Well, good position here for Old Boys. It's a good little run there from Adam Smith inside to Cody Ray and made his way down and looked to link up again with Smith. But the winger there for Tukapa, Luke Taplin, took the ball to ground. But yeah, no, this will be an interesting position here, Ash. Just shy of the 22. Scrum, Old Boys ball. Centre fieldish. Yeah,
and it's just the way the winning back ball off Tukapa, Phil, that's so impressive at the moment. They're just absolutely charging in and putting a lot of pressure on that Tukapa ruck. And quite frankly, the guys just aren't used to this level of intensity. So they're definitely a dominant side at the moment.
Yeah, well, it's good to hear what's happening in World Rugby. I just wouldn't have minded Rob's view of what's happening in men's rugby in New Zealand. We've seen about a 10% drop-off in numbers, which has been alarming. But, well, here we go.
Yeah, Sean Waite dancing down the line side. Good little late 9 move there. Sets up the ball well. Back inside to the big lock. Jackson Morgan, he charges on, takes a couple of defenders out. Good wide pass to Ruben O'Neill, and he just puts their head down and charges. And makes good ground, and Ruben's clever enough to retain possession. So just sort of taking their time at the moment, Old Boys. There's not a lot of urgency for the forwards to get into formation because they don't really need to. It's just one-off running. And they're just happy odd zigzag there, back out to Brighouse. He's down on a knee, probably 3 or 4 metres out. But a lot of strength there to get through that two-goal defence. A lot of two-goal defenders on the ground. They go around the corner, Old Boys are under the post. It's going to be pick and go now. It'll be interesting if Tukapa has got the numbers there because all their players are lined up on the left.
They've got them offside here, so advantage to Old Boys.
Yeah, and a good, just about a truck and trailer. Ball out. There's got to be a hole out there wide and easily.
He's in.
Yeah, nice. So well done. That's just absolute constant pressure. Good play by the Old Boys forwards. Fantastic retention, and Tukapa just ran out of numbers, really.
Yeah, they did, and you know, that's the 7th try this afternoon for Old Boys, and you know, it's right across the board too. Wingers and props and all sorts are there, and but they're still showing patient rugby. Old Boys, they won't want to back away from the pressure, but they'll just want to make sure they're patient too. In the build-up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was good to hear Rob's views, Phil. And more importantly, just to remind everyone that you are part of a global game, and there's a lot of things happening in the world about rugby. So it's pretty exciting, really.
Yeah, I think globally the game is in a good spot, and it's growing, and which is fantastic. And it's great to see some of these lesser nations pick up the game, particularly in the sevens, and do what they're doing, and opportunities for all sorts of players all over the place. And Donald Brighouse makes his way to the Solomon Ash after a very, very good half of rugby, as does Ruben O'Neill. So changes up front for Old Boys.
Yeah, a good 50-minute shift from those guys actually, and warm applause from both the reserves bench and the crowd here today, because those guys have done a big shift. Both very experienced provincial and super players. So yeah, they've shown their skills today, that's for sure.
So Perry Lawrence and 17 and Toby Burkett make their way to the field.
Yeah, and they'll be keen to add their bit to the game. Nice high kick that time from the 10. Yeah, good take from Morgan. Wow, just took it in traffic and then just charges down, picks up 5 or 6 metres. Good play from the big lock. And wide pass, just chips it on. Old Boys running from the deep. Headers Adam Smith, he's going to hit things hard. He's quite a big lad actually, he's got a lot of momentum. Good set there. Good call from the Canadian. He charges up into a big hole. Presents the ball well, just so much speed at the moment. Daniel Waite puts up.
Oh, great hands, the little flick.
He was around the back. It's a Sonny Bill. And out to Sean Waite, and he just dummies to no one. Takes on the line. Charges through, going the same way. Old Boys. Adam Smith flicks out. He's got 2 numbers.
Oh, and here he goes, the 50 cap man. He's in, Ash.
He is in, and he deserves that one because he started things off way back in the Old Boys 22. With a good angle, 30-metre run, set up the play nicely, and then 4 rucks later, he gets the ball back and he's charging over the Tukapa line down that right-hand side. So, yeah, well done, Adam Smith. He's running superbly.
Yeah, he deserved that. He's had a great game, and as you say, he's fed a lot of good ball that's led to tries throughout the match. So get one himself. That's fantastic. Just a special mention too, Ash, while we're talking about Old Boys Day. Great to see Phil Mitchell down here today. He's been in the wars a bit lately, and he's looking fantastic and fighting back to health, and he's in a good spot. So good on you, Borry. Good to see you here at Vogeltown Park, mate.
Fantastic. Yeah, interesting, Phil, because, Wayne Smith's comments earlier in the week sparked a wee bit of outrage from New Zealand rugby. How could anyone consider not to have, the driving maul not retained in the game? But I still think it's a running game. And Old Boys are showing that today with, you'd call it at the moment, champagne rugby.
Yeah, they certainly are. A rare miss there by Northcote Hill, but what does that make it now? 50 to 12. Fantastic.
So, Tukapa to another kickoff, and the number 10 Porteous, great height, fantastic hang time, good call under the ball. Took his eye off it, and
well, the sun was behind him, so no excuses there. Just didn't quite get to that one. Millen, rare mistake from him, who's had a fantastic season.
He dropped the ball and was snapped up by the Tukapa number 8, Lapo. Probably a wee bit unlucky that the referee didn't play a bit more advantage, because he didn't have a lot of players in front of him. He had control of the ball. So this rejigged Tukapa back line, they're sitting on the Old Boys 22, and they haven't had too many opportunities here. So the scrum's been under a bit of pressure, but changed front row for Old Boys.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting, won't it?
And good hit, good low scrum actually. And Old Boys still putting the pressure on. So I'm not sure what Tukapa are up to there, though. Scrum's been under a bit of pressure. They had good structure in the backs, and the forwards hung on to it. Maybe they were wanting to scrum for a penalty.
Well, Perry Lawrence, I think, just had a bit of dominance there on the loose head side and pushed up as the scrum spun round, but they'll reset. Not a bad scrum from Tukapa. They'll be wanting to secure it here. As Jack Parker and Brodie Lilly do a bit of warm-up on the sideline, so they won't be far away.
Yeah, they have got fantastic depth, Old Boys, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, last time we were here at Vogeltown Park, Brodie Lilly made a start actually against Inglewood and played a very good game of football. So, as you say, Ash, the depth is really good here at Old Boys at the moment. Yeah, that's a good scrum.
Yeah, the number 8 comes off, throws a bit of a loose pass out to the first 5, lovely pass out to the fullback. He's been their best player so far, hit hard by weight, but he stays on his feet, skips through, makes 3 or 4 metres.
He's been impressive, Kerman. So
he is actually. He definitely looks the part. So I feel sorry for the 13 a bit, because he's thrown in the deep end behind that in that Tukapa pack. Quick take there from the replacement centre, number 22. He runs around, flicks the ball out to 14. Nice step, gets through a couple of tackles, charges up, 6 or 7 metres out. Old Boys over the ball, and referee calling a penalty advantage, so not releasing.
Yeah, well, Old Boys going to have to be careful here. We don't. Old Boys, they won't want another yellow card. It's been a number of penalties. Good test here for their defence. They certainly won't want to concede, whereas Tukapa will be definitely looking to get some points on the board here.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. They're 6 metres out, so they take a line out and 5 metres out, whereas I think they could have taken a tap and just had a go.
Yeah, just chance their arm wide, probably maybe one set and go or just straight wide. But no, they've kicked for the corner. That man Loft at the back will be looking to... No, but no one jumped, so they're, just defending here, Old Boys. So try and drive it off the line.
And defending really well, because they drove them back. And the Old Boys took up a prop.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that is...
We spoke about truck and trailer before, Ash, and I think that was it.
Yeah, so look at the difference in attitude. Old Boys just a quick tap and go from outside the try line.
And Millen's away.
Millen's away, mate. He's got good speed, lovely runner. Takes the ball to halfway, great pop-up. Good tap there by Waite. He offloads.
Daniel Waite, yeah, and Cody Ray.
Tackle. Offload to Dowsing. He's done really well, trucking 50 metres up the paddock. And out to the back line, they've got numbers here again. And it's Adam Smith waiting up there.
He's made some yards. He's in.
And I'll even give a clap to that one, man, because that was a good try.
That's fantastic,
He made something out of nothing. Tukapa guys came across to try and defend him. He just kind of got a half step, not a side step, but I'd say a jump step. He's a long-legged chap, young Adam Smith, and he's got plenty of power. He just sort of powered his way through that first tackle and then glided his way over the try line. So I think he nuts in for maybe his third try today.
Yeah, that's his second, but yeah, no, he's quite deceptive, isn't he? Once he gets through that gap, and he's got a really good style about him, the way he can bloody jink in and out. He swerved his way through there, and away he went for a second try. So that's try number 9 now for Old Boys as they take it to 55-12. Kick to come.
And scarily for Tukapa, Phil, still 25 minutes and a half.
Yeah.
Sean Waite comes to the sideline. Plenty of shakes of the hand, and fair enough because he's had a gutsy game as well.
He certainly has. As we've said, Ashley's found himself at the bottom of a couple of rucks, but nuggety little halfback, he's no problem. So Brody Lilly, number 20, is on for Old Boys, as is Brent Tucker, by the look of it. Yep, sorry, who have we got here? There's a bit of a jersey change, I think, but that is Brent Tucker. That's made
definitely Brent Tucker.
Yeah.
There's no one else that tall in the Old Boys lineup.
No.
And good to see him out playing, actually. He's done really, really well for himself since moving down from Pukekohe in South Auckland all those years ago.
Yeah.
Great little start from the clever play from the Tukapa number 10, Porteous. He just grubbers it down to 10 metres, wins the ball back. And Tukapa got some ball charging through. And the big 17 again. I'm not sure why he's picking and going there. He's going to get himself into trouble for getting isolated. In fairness to Tukapa, they don't actually have a reserve halfback in the bench, so they've had to rejig their back line to accommodate that, and I think it's affected their flow.
Yeah, I think it has a little bit, just stymied it a bit, and that quick ball that the number 9 for Tukapa, Campbell Woodmass, was given out in that first half, or the first part of that first half, it certainly slowed down there.
Yeah, lovely throw, good take. And
Botcher runs well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He really does. Good angled run onto the ball. Out of Daniel Waite, fantastic pass. Bump off play there from Cody Ray. He's scrapping it out for the ball, does well.
Bringing it back.
Yeah, good.
Good clean out from Cody Ray.
Oh, unbelievable clean out from Cody Ray, and helped there by Daniel Waite.
The kick's gone in here from Daniel Waite.
Yeah, it's a good nudge. It's taken play right down to that corner. It hasn't gone over the line yet, but it does. And the Tukapa 15 says, hey, I'm not going to go anywhere. Actually, maybe he pretended to tap it down because he's subsequently kicked it out. A nice kick. Good driving punt outside the 22. Waite just stopped and had a look, and the referee just paused for a minute, said, did you force it or not? And he said no, and then he just whacks it into touch. But
yeah,
what it means is Old Boys are on attack again, and just outside the Tukapa 22, and line out, and all the forwards are meeting and having a chit-chat about where they're going to go. So back to Loft, a good lift.
That man Loft again.
And play, and then to Waite.
Oh,
Waite. Boofs up the Tukapa 10. Gutsy play from Waite. And
short ball to Botcher.
And he must be there.
He's saying held up. Line dropout.
There wasn't a lot of jumping around from the Old Boys guys, so they pretty much knew he was held up. But wow, what a run from Daniel Waite. Great angled run. He just throws his body into it. He really has no concerns for his welfare and going into that heavy traffic.
Yeah, no, exactly. So got Jack Parker now coming on for that man Daniel Waite, who takes a well-earned rest. And what a game from him, Ash.
Yeah, no, fantastic. And big round of applause for the two players coming off.
Yep, Cody Ray and Daniel Waite make their way, and Cody Ray, of course, as we said earlier, his 100th game for Old Boys, and what a match that both players have had. Fantastic stuff from the veterans, if you like, of Old Boys rugby.
Bit of a drop ball down that sideline. Slater picks it up and charges on. They don't stop, that's for sure. Good quick hands by Parker. Feeds it out to Northcott Hill. He charges in for the ruck, and then they swap sides out to Perry Lawrence. Bit of a loose pass there. Not picked up. So out to the Tukapa wing. And Parker does a strip. Nice inside pass. Yeah, really well done actually. Pops the ball up for Slater. And knocks the ball on, although there's screams from the Old Boys supporters saying that he got taken out early.
Yeah, well, that was good from Parker. He sort of got himself involved in that breakdown, saw the opportunity, picked it up, and away he went. He'll be looking to make his mark on the game. Last time we played here, Old Boys played here against Inglewood, Parker scored a very good try, and it was good to see him actually starting to run the ball, so showing a bit more confidence now, the young player.
Yeah, obviously he's had injury problems, and just getting back into things now.
Yep.
But he's fitting into a very, very experienced side, so it's a great way to develop with experienced players around you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to learn a lot, that's for sure. So Tukapa have got a halfback now on the paddock. And I don't know if viewers will remember a guy named Bob Burgess.
Certainly looks like him, doesn't it?
All Black in about 1972, who had the big white headband, way ahead of his time, 30 years ahead of his time. And good kick actually.
He's got that little honey badger look too, hasn't he? No? So yeah, no, good on him. All taped up, so
he could have a haircut.
I think we're not talking about, this is not Woodmass, is it, from the first half? I think he's just got himself a new jersey and got taped up and back on Ash.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
If he has, good on him.
Yep.
So Old Boys inside the 22, about halfway, 15 metres out from the try line, and a lot of calls going from the forwards back to the acting halfback at the moment, which is Slater. Oh, nice round the move, front play, and wow, that is just so easy. Fantastic move.
Well,
Slater did a dummy run round the back of and the Tukapa defender took off with him, drew the winger in. At the same time, the big Canadian passed to Michael Loft. He took off around the front of the line out, straight over the Tukapa wing and in that left-hand corner, and that was smart. That was smart rugby.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I think they dummied it. Looked like it was going to go to the back of the line out there, but no, Botcher coming forward and taking it. Well done. And then Loft with that nice loop run. Ash, that's fantastic. And Parker now lining up the kick.
He's showing a bit of speed actually, Michael Loft. It's pace you normally see on the sevens field from him, but today he's been staying out wide and he's been getting to stretch his legs, and he looks the part, that's for sure.
Certainly does. Yep. As we said earlier on though, Ash, the amount of support play from the backs and the breakdown out wide allowed our loose forwards, Old Boys loose forwards, and even the tighties to set up in the midfield, and it's been the way all game really.
Yeah, absolutely. So Parker from the sideline, got a little step in. He's always been a good goal kicker, and it's demonstrated by his first kick of the day. Well done.
Yeah, well done, Jack.
And right from the corner, actually, was a really nice nudge.
And that's 62-12, Ash. So that's that 50-point gap that Coach Carr was after.
Well, you wouldn't have thought that earlier today, Phil, that's for sure. So, Old Boys in hot form here at Vogeltown Park, folks, and it's good entertaining rugby, and it's a beautiful day. So, second drop ball by Michael Millam on the wing. He was just standing behind the Old Boys lock and kind of...
Yeah, well, I'd like to see one of the loose forwards a bit deeper in the setup there and sort of coming forward to take that. As opposed to the winger having to come and field and grab that, Ash. So something it's taken a little while, but we finally found something for Old Boys to work on.
Exactly. I'm not sure why they've got their back standing in the forwards there. It might be just to get a slip pass and a bit of release play perhaps, or he just wandered in because he's getting a bit bored out on the wing. But he certainly didn't have vision of the ball as it came through, and when it skipped over the top of the Old Boys captain's head, it was just dropped dead. There's the number 8. He charges down the blind side. Good hustle there by Brodie Lilly. Takes him down. He'd be trying to wrap him up actually to get the scrum put in. And Tukapa charging away close to the 22. Now they're going wide. Kick through. Charged down by Parker.
Well done, Jack Parker. He was able to...
Yeah, retains the ball. The referee says it's going backwards. The play on. They've got numbers out left.
Parker again in position.
Yeah. He sees the 15's well out of position. Kicks down. The 14 comes across and covers it nicely. And out to the 21 on the paddock. He's got not a bad little left boot. Parker goes over there to meet it. Ducks around one, shoots up the side. Jack. Yeah, good covering tackle, good pass off the ground actually to Brodie Lilly. He smacks into the Tukapa player. Poor bugger is bloody just out cold on halfway. And good release play there to Northcott Hill. Good pass through to Adam Smith. And is he going to pass it out? Doesn't need to. Shows a clean pair of heels. And fantastic. Third try for the day.
That's his third this time, Ash.
Yeah, yep. Absolutely. And absolutely deserved. Good support play and just fantastic speed.
Yeah, that's his hat trick. That's fantastic. So that's the 11th try for Old Boys now this afternoon here, Ash. And it's opened right up, really. Well, it has all game, to be fair. But, geez, Old Boys, when they get that opportunity, and the support play has been fantastic. The in-out passing and the way they went. And Adam Smith just, again, as you said, clean pair of heels and away he went.
Yeah, once again, it's the intent of the team. You know, they know they've got a speed advantage out wide and just their support play superb. But, you know, it was a turnover ball outside the 22, just right on the 22, really. And, you know, Old Boys, a lot of teams would be like, okay, well, let's, you know, kick it down the field and go for territory. And Old Boys like, no, we've got a back line out here. Yeah. Let's run it.
Absolutely. So I think the bench might be cleared here for Old Boys, and we've got Mitch O'Neill making his way to the sideline, looking a little bit sore.
Yeah, he's suffering from a wee bit of cramp by the look of it.
It looks like Donald Brickhouse has gone back on, Ash.
Right.
So Perry Lawrence will probably move into hooker.
Yeah, I think that'd be good for Perry, actually. He's a talented player.
Yeah, well, another good game from Mitchell O'Neill, really. He's slotted into that number 2 jersey all year in the absence of JJ Pokai, who's been injured, but and still remains so. Hoping to have him back for round 2, apparently.
Nice.
Which isn't too far away. Oh, not quite controlling that.
No, looking into the sun, but fantastically high kicks. It gave so much time for the Tukapa forwards to go underneath. And good play there by, looks like Slater, the number 6 for Old Boys.
Yeah, he'd won the ball at the breakdown there, but they'll go back and play the advantage of the lost forward from the kickoff from Old Boys and scrum Tukapa ball.
So just some scores from around the other games. Not full-time, obviously, but I presume this is out at Tikarangi, 49-14 to...
That's 41-14, I think it is, against Southern.
Southern, perfect.
And
Old Boys here, obviously, we're sitting at 62-12.
And we've got Coastal up 22-17 over Inglewood.
Fantastic.
And Spotswood, we've got Stratford Eltham 27-0 over Southern at the moment. So there's your updates from around Taranaki Rugby. And here's an opportunity. Oh, it's just going to roll out.
Yeah, nice little kick through, actually, by the Tukapa 15. He's probably been one of their best today.
I'd say easily their best today. He's had a great game. And unfortunately, when Woodmass went off, he was also having a great game at halfback. But good to see him back on. about 12 minutes to go, Ash, in this fixture, and deep on defence here, old boys, with the throw, and it's looks like Donald Brighouse will make the throw here, so this will be a good test for him. And Michael Lofts moved his way to the front of the line out, so I don't think they want to overcomplicate it. It's a short one here for old boys.
Yeah, I'm not sure. A very experienced player, Mr. Brighouse, and lovely little relaxed throw straight to the player. No problems whatsoever.
No, too easy.
And once again, it's the big Canadian comes charging out.
He's been their go-to guy, hasn't he,
Yeah,
all day?
He really has, and he's taken some hard meters, man. He's taken some big meters up.
It's a good clearance from Parker too. He's played well since he's made his way on. So we've got another, that's the Tukapa throw here, but we've got already, must have read the numbers, because we've got Botcher out in the back line for old boys.
Yeah, nice take there. Yep. One-handed take by Morgan, and very cleverly slicks it to a support player in the line out. So great play there. Nice pass out to Slater, who charged up the midfield. Really difficult guy to bring down. And, Parker on the wraparound play.
Brent Tucker a little bit slow to get up from that line out, but he's here on the wing, made his way to the wing for old boys. Is the Lofty again. Michael Loft into Parker. Millen.
Yeah, nice play. Good support play. 3 players down that right-hand side, just interpassing between themselves. It was actually selfless play. I was pretty impressed with it, actually. They set each other up nicely, ran each other into space really well.
Well, look, that's the 12th try, but I think about the 9th where Michael Lofts had a lot to do with.
Yes.
You know, he himself scored the 10th try, but crikey, his support play today has been immense and was able to get that ball back into Parker and Parker back into Millen, and away they went from there.
Yeah, they did. Very good interchange of passing and at high speed as well. And I think what we're seeing is how useful Loft is because of his speed and his ranginess, staying out wide, because he's just an extra number, and more importantly can handle himself in the tackle. And quite frankly, the Tukapa outsides probably haven't had to defend against that type of player.
No, exactly. I think one thing he does very, very well too is he's a great defender, Michael Loft, and one thing he hasn't had to do a lot of today is tackling.
Yes.
But so it's given him the ability to range wide and pop up and all over the paddock really. And his support play's been fantastic. And when you see him grab the ball and make those breaks, he turns on the gas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's actually off now, Ash. He's made his way to the sideline after a very impressive match from him. Just trying to work out who's gone on for him. Could be number 19, Finn Hahn, has made his way on for Michael Loft. Hamish.
Once again, a good high kick from the Tukapa number 10, and Jackson Morgan just bowls it backwards.
Slater. Who went on? Yep.
Out to Parker, out to Brighouse, and he just sort of jogs up and just up over halfway. Good kick through there by Northcott Hill.
The old
and
bounce
kick ahead. Who's going to get it? Is it going to be? Oh, great defence there from the Tukapa fullback. Went back, 2 guys, old boys guys, right on him. And did really, really well.
That's unfortunate. The old eyes lit up there for Callum Botcher. He thought he was in there.
He did, and he chased hard too, didn't he? It was a nice little kick through. It was well weighted.
Just confirmed with Andy Slater there that Finn Hahn has made his way on, replacing Michael Loft.
Nice.
So what have we got the score at? 72-12. And there's about 8 minutes to go. 7 minutes to go in this match, Ash.
Yeah, once again, it's been a big performance from old boys, and they're all lined up ready to go on the Tukapa 22. Tukapa down on numbers at the moment. They've lost a wee bit of size, obviously, with a couple of replacement players. take there by the big lock.
Yeah, good line out work there from Tukapa.
And that's more like it from Tukapa, a bit more urgency at the second phase. Gets a good ball out. They've got numbers out here on the left. Their fullback tries to skip around. He's wrapped up by Josh Thompson, driven backwards. And loses the ball forward. So Old Boys get soft ball there. Bit of bad luck actually, because Slater went in for the swoop and knocked it on. But fantastic tackle there, ball and all, or man and all, by the big Old Boys centre, Josh Thompson.
He's such an unassuming player, Josh Thompson, but gee, does some work, doesn't he? Works really hard, yeah. And a lot of the good tries and opportunities that have been presented here to Old Boys today have been through Josh. He's fantastic in the centre there, and yep, very good player.
So Old Boys defeated the scrum, and they've got Adam Smith lined up at second 5, so they've got automatic numbers.
So it's a bit of a rejink backline really, with Parker, Smith moving in there, obviously there at fullback, and Thompson, Brent Northcott Hill, and Zach McDonald here on the wing. Yeah,
nice. Lovely pop-up pass. So good move there actually. Blindside winger came in for Old Boys. Slater charges on. He makes 2 or 3 metres, sets the ball up nicely.
Good support there from Lilly. He saw the hit, went over the top and secured the ball.
So Old Boys taking their time out to Tucker. He charges at the Tukapa line. And Lilly's been busy since he came on here. Lovely cut-out pass out to Millam. He skips down that right-hand side. Good defence over there by Tukapa, actually right in the corner. Old Boys hang on to it. And once again, the big Canadian, he charges up to the line, sets up play nicely. Great cut-out ball there from Brayton Hill to big lock. And out to Parker, delayed pass.
Oh, look at that.
Puts
yep.
in the gap. He runs out of puff. Northcott Hill, he sort of slipped at the last minute, but he popped a pass, which would have been really a gift to his winger.
Well, I thought he was in there himself, and you probably thought so too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just got tipped over there, just short of the line, and then tried to get the pass out, but not quite making its way out to McDonald on the wing. Tukapa defensive line out.
So some lovely passing in the midfield from Old Boys, putting guys into holes. And that's just a confidence, really, isn't it?
100%. The timing of the passing too, Ash. And you know, the player's looking to put himself in that gap. He's already lined himself up. And they've got options too, whether they go the flat pass or go a bit deeper.
Absolutely. Good driving ball there from Tukapa. Gives his first 5 a bit of space, and Old Boys are up offside.
Well, they're deep inside their own half here, Tukapa, and with a few minutes to go, no doubt they'll want to carve off some yardage here and try and have one last dig at it. What have we got? About 3 minutes to go in the match.
Yeah, they've got to remember that this kind of play comes from nowhere. So Tukapa with the penalty takes play down to the Old Boys or their own 10-yard line, and of course they get the throw into the line out. Bit of a compressed line out. You wait to see Old Boys go up and does well. That's it. Thompson, he just got that advantage. Really good skills there. Basketball skills, deflects it to the first 5. And good charging run from Slater straight up the guts over to 22. Big clean out there from, once again, it's a Canadian.
Yeah, geez. Yep.
He huge just goes hunting, doesn't he?
Yeah, certainly does. I don't know, we're a little bit early to start picking man of the match, but Botcher certainly has worked hard. Adam Smith's had a fantastic game.
He really has. Good little nudge forward. Quite intelligent kick there from Tukapa. And if they come up in a line and D up hard, they might do pretty well. But Old Boys have just won the contest.
Lily's
away. Breakdown, yep. Back to halfway. Good pass off. Great pass there. Good pass from Thompson.
Smith's got a bit of room.
And he's definitely got a bit of room, and he's running hard. Chip over the top. If he gets the bounce, he deserves this. That's smart play. Good skills. Great to see.
This is 4th try, Ash.
Wow. And really warm applause from a big crowd here at Vogeltown Park, and really, really enjoyed it.
Well, you'd have to. He's obviously wrapped up man of the match with that one, but there's been a number of players in the old boys team who've played well today. Daniel Waite obviously been another one, but shown a silky skills there. Adam Smith able to chip it and gather in himself, and away he went.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Saw the defender coming across. Knew there was plenty of space, no risk. He had a player on the inside, which he knew he couldn't pass to. So, no, very, very good skills. I would have been more impressed if he kicked with his left foot, but
always a hard taskmaster, Ash, aren't you?
we'll give him the benefit and the credit, because that was a fantastic play, and I'd agree, Phil, that that puts him into Player of the Day award status.
Doesn't our books anyway, Ash?
Yeah. So another wide kick by Parker. Hits it pretty well, and over it goes. Just
well done,
limps over. Well done. The referee blows full time. And that's it at Vogeltown Park today. Fantastic win. 79 points to 12. Old boys over Tukapa on their old boys day. And there's plenty of smiling coaches, and all the players look pretty happy, Phil.
Yeah,
wow, what a day.
Yeah, what a day. 67 point victory there. Running out 79-12. Well done, old boys. As you say, Ash, what a fantastic day here at Vogeltown Park, and well done both teams, but well done, old boys, for the tremendous win, and they stay at the top of the table.
Awesome, and thanks once again to Billy Preston for all his professional gear that allows us to broadcast from Vogeltown Park. We trust you have a fantastic weekend. As it go the Crusaders or go the Blues tonight, Phil? What's the last call?
Well, in my camp, I'm always going to go with the Blues, Ash, so go the Blues.
Well done. Thanks very much.